Good morning, America. Let's get right to that breaking news. Another week, another mass shooting in America. This one in Thousand Oaks, California. A dance bar packed with college students. That's a live look at the scene right now.
A gunman opening fire at the Borderline Bar and Grill during college country night. Hundreds of people that were there were trying to either hide or escape. So here's what we know right now. At least 12 people were killed, including a Ventura County Sheriff's deputy. Multiple others injured. The shooter, a white male in his late 20s, is now dead.
The FBI and ATF are on the scene. Let's go to ABC's Kana Whitworth, who's also right there this morning. Good morning, Kana.
Michael, good morning. Authorities calling it a horrifying scene, saying blood was everywhere inside this 18 and up club. They call it the Borderline Bar and Grill. It's hard to see because you can see there's an entire police presence still there. While I spoke with victims who say this was their safe place, somewhere they would go multiple times a week. So now this morning, authorities are trying to piece together how this could happen. This morning, a popular country music bar transformed into a scene of carnage.
The shots kept going and going and going. We just heard people say run, and we booked it as fast as we could.
We got multiple people down. We need a lot of ambulances.
Hundreds of students gathered for college night at the Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, California, when a gunman burst in just before 11:30.
I just started hearing these big pops, pop, pop, pop. And the gunman was throwing smoke grenades all over the place.
Dressed in all black, the gunman, who police say is in his late 20s, threw smoke bombs and began firing into the crowd.
He shot the front doorman, bouncer, just a young man. And he shot the cashier. Just a young girl.
Matt Wienerstrom helped rescue scores of people by smashing a window with a bar stool.
We were just pushing people through as many as we could, kind of quickly checking back to make sure that he wasn't coming towards us.
I heard the gunshot. I turned around and I saw him shoot a couple more times. And within a split second, everyone yelled, "Get down." Everyone pretty much dogpiled on top of each other.
Sheriff's deputies arrived within moments and engaged the suspect in a firefight. Sergeant Ron Heelys shot several times, died later at a hospital.
He died a hero because he went in to save lives.
Patrons rushing out of the bar, trying to carry friends and strangers to the waiting first responders.
We just tried to get out, get behind a car, get behind something, and then we just tried to take cover.
One woman says she survived thanks to the quick thinking of a bartender who hid her in the attic.
One guy was climbing up a ladder up into the attic, and he kind of motioned for me to follow him. So I thought that was the best option at the time.
The bar advertising that it was college night on Wednesdays. Anyone 18 and over allowed in for live country music. FBI on the scene this morning trying to determine why and how this could happen in a community which was named one of the safest in America. The sergeant who was killed was a 29-year veteran of the force. He leaves behind a wife and a son. He was set to retire next year. Authorities also have now identified the shooter. Ian Long is his name. They say that they also recovered a handgun, a .45 caliber Glock. Now, when asked if they believe the gunman shot himself, they said it appears that way, but it's currently still under investigation. Robin?
So much does. All right, Kana, thank you very much. And we're joined now by three young women who were there at Borderline Bar and Grill celebrating a 21st birthday when the shooting broke out. Taylor, Sarah, and Nellie, thank you so much, all three of you, for joining us there this morning, and our hearts go out to you. Please know that, and I know, Nellie, that it was your birthday. Taylor, can you tell us what you saw when the shots first rang out?
So I was on the dance floor dancing, and all of a sudden I heard the shots. I turned around and I saw it was an actual person with a gun, and I couldn't believe it at first, but my initial reaction was to run and take cover. So I took cover. A bunch of people dogpiled on top of each other, and it was, after the first round of shots, it was silent for like 5 seconds, and then a couple of guys that were next to me got up and started sprinting for the back door. and everyone just yelled, "Run, he's coming." And so there was at least 50 people that all tried getting up at once and running out the back door. I ended up getting caught on the ground and stumbled over by multiple people. I got hit in the head by a stool that was being picked up to throw through a window, until some guy came up behind me, grabbed me, and said, "Get up, we have to go."
Just a chaotic scene, and everybody doing the best that they could and trying to help as many as they could. Sarah, I understand that you saw the shooter when he came through the door.
Yes, I was sort of kind of turned that way towards the door, and I definitely saw the shooter draw his gun. And I dropped to the floor. A friend yelled everybody down, and we were hiding behind tables, trying to keep ourselves covered. And I looked behind me, and there was spark, and smoke started coming out. And someone told me, like, that's a smoke bomb. So as soon as we all saw that, we jumped up, and I don't thank God I was able to run out the front door. I ran out the front door, down some stairs, face planted in the parking lot, but I was lucky enough to get out alive.
Yes, you were, and we're thinking of all those that were there, including yourselves, and those that were killed, and the sheriff's deputy who rushed in to try and do what he could. We heard about the bartender that was helping. Can you just describe how people were just doing the best that they could, Taylor, in that situation, to help as much as they could?
So while we were all dogpiled over at the side, there were multiple men that got on their knees and pretty much blocked all of us with their back towards the shooter, ready to take a bullet for any single one of us. And just the amount of people that made sure everyone got out okay, or if they were out, they made sure they went around to every single person around them and asked them if they're okay, and if they needed a phone to call their family, or just in general, any way that you could help. It was awesome.
And we know that you still have some friends that are missing. Nellie, can anybody tell us about your friends and how you hope to find them?
So we have two friends that are missing, Cody Kaufman and Daniel, by the way. They were in there with us. They were by Sarah.
I was hiding with Cody.
And as soon as they got up to run out, we just lost them behind us. We all lost each other.
We all separated.
So we don't know if they were still in there. If they got out, we don't know where they are at all.
And how the three of you, how are you all doing right now? How are you able to hold up after seeing what you saw just moments ago, not long ago?
It does not feel real. It feels I'm in shock. I'm terrified. I'm horrified at this, but I know I have my good friends with me, and
we're glad every one of us is okay.
Yeah, we're just praying for our friends that we haven't heard from. But yeah, it's a traumatizing thing to have been even witness, and you never think it's gonna be you until it happens, and like this is a problem. Like this is real, and it's awful. Awful.
Well, thank you three so very much, and as you said, you're no doubt in shock, and please get the care that you need. Nellie, Sarah, Taylor, we hope that your friends are found safe, and we appreciate it, and we're thinking of you, and the country is thinking of you. Thank you so much, all three. The best to you.
Thank you.
George.
How many more times are we going to have to hear that phrase? You never think it's going to be you until it happens. This is very, very real. We want to go back to the scene right now. We're joined by the Public Information Officer, Garo Karegian, on the scene there. First of all, Officer, our condolences for the loss of your colleague, your friend, Ron Heelys. He was a man who died a hero.
Thank you. Thank you. He was a great man. He was a cop's cop, and we miss him. We miss him already, and and we're in mourning as an agency. We're in mourning as a community.
What more can you tell us about what you're finding on the scene? We know you found a handgun. Were there any other weapons on the scene?
At this point, that's all that we have. We're going to be going through a comprehensive search of the nightclub to see if there's any other weapons or if there's any other items that were secreted in there, but that's going to take some time to go through. At this point, it's a handgun that was discovered.
There have been some reports that perhaps he might have thrown a smoke bomb. Can you confirm that?
I can't confirm that. I heard that as well, mainly from media outlets, but our investigators have not confirmed that.
And do we have any information at all on the killer and what a possible motive might be?
At this point, we don't. We're going through the process of identifying him. Once we do, we will go through we're going to search his residence, we'll search any type of social media accounts, contact his friends, his family, go through all the investigative steps to see what, if anything, was a motivation or if this was just simply a madman that picked tonight to make some sort of sick statement.
But you do believe he acted alone?
At this point, that's what the investigators are saying, yes.
Well, officer, thank you very much for your time this morning. Again, we send our condolences to you and your whole force.
Thank you.
And you said it, how many times do we have to do this? And you cannot become numb. You cannot become numb to this. And how do you make sense of the senseless?
It's very hard. It's impossible.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't. We will be following the latest on that story, as you can imagine, all morning long. But now we